How's it going, guys? Today we'll be doing another how-to tutorial video here with one of my clients. We'll be doing a high drop fade. It's a little bit kind of like a mid drop, but just a little bit tad higher. My client here doesn't like the C cups, so we put in our initial guideline with the trimmers. He does like it balled out, so we will be doing that today. So here I'm coming in with my shaver, my JRL Fold shaver. I've been trying to get a new one. It's a single blade right now, but I want to get a double blade. But yeah, I bought out the bottom part. It's always better to do this step now, because once you go and do your fade and you want to come back with the shaver, you might get lost if you're not really experienced. But for me, it just makes it a lot easier doing this step. You do not go all the way up to the line. You leave at least half a finger's width asina, so you can come back with the trimmer and just go over it one more time to make sure that it's evenly transitioned over from the shaver to the trimmer. Then here I am coming in with my trimmer, just going to once over again on that guideline that I did, just to make sure that the transition from the shaver to the trimmer is seamlessly smooth and you don't have an uneven surface. Now I'm coming in here with my TPOB clipper with no guard open, doing my first actual initial guideline into the fade. I always like to come in with the no guard open so I can able to blend out that bottom line once we set it in. And always be sure to set it in as straight as possible. Depending on the head shape, depending on the hair, it all varies. But just be sure to make it as straight as possible. And then what you want to do is come in halfway and attack that line. Start blending that line out. Do not move forward into the cut until you at least blend this line to at least an 80% to 90%, because you can always come back in detail, but you want to make sure that you're able to erase that line prior to moving on. Now here I am coming in with my 1.5 guard, making sure I debulk and clean my canvas as much as I possibly can so I can have a clearer view of what or where I'm going to finish my fade. And also whenever I come in with my next guard after this, so I can clearly see where I'm going to put that next guideline in. And pretty much what I do here is 1.5 open, and then I close it halfway and I fade between the top and the bottom just to soften the line up a little bit. And then I close it all the way to soften it even more. So when you come in with the half guard, with your half guard open, it'll transition smoothly, as you see right now. Coming in with my half guard open, flicking out, setting in my next guideline, and you can kind of already see where it's already blending in to the 1.5. That line is kind of already semi-erased. Remember, you can always come back in detail, but that line is basically gone. And that's when you go with the 1.5 closed and you attack that line. So when you come in with the half guard open and you scoop out to the next guideline, it'll blend in right quick, super easy. I always recommend doing that. So from here, it is all detail work. I like to detail with my 1 guard. Here I am coming in with my 1 guard open, hitting between the 1.5 open and the half open. You kind of just, any dark areas you see, any lines you might see, you come in with it and you detail. So from this point on, it's pretty much all detail work. Any lines you might see, any dark spot you might see, you just want to come in. I like to do it with the 1 guard and the no guard. No guard, I typically go open and close it as needed. Also with my 1 guard, I open it, close it as needed. and you're just attacking the areas that you might see or think that you might need some work on. I also like to come in and do the lineup, squaring it out already. Like I mentioned, my client here does not like the C cups. He likes to have them pretty much gone. So what I'm doing here is just detail. Like I mentioned, don't rush your cuts. Do not do anything that you're not comfortable with. You don't want your client to have, some lines or something when they leave the shop. You're able to do and blend it as much as possible. Here I'm coming in with a 2 guard, halfway open, trying to soften up that top line. But from this point on, it's all detail work, all detail. There's no need to rush this step. This is basically perfecting the fade and making sure you do the best you possibly can for your client. So this is the result of my client's haircut. A high drop, balled out. If you guys like this type of content, be sure to subscribe and press that notification button. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Road to 100. Almost there. Thank you.